growing up, I always wanted to be in the military. I went to flight school and started flying helicopters. I was injured. Since my injury, I'd never done anything that was actually inclusive fitness.
And Project Visibility came about after my 25 years in the fitness industry. And so I began to interact with people in the disabled community, and I found athletes of all levels and amazing talents that I thought were being underutilized.
When I go to the gym right now, I want to go up to the instructors and say, what are you going to do if I sign up to a step class? What are you going to do if I sign up to your cardio kickboxing class? What are you going to do if I sign up to your spin class?
And for many of the people that are young and fit and then have an accident or are coming back from war, they're accustomed to leading a very full, very active life.
I don't want to be looked at as someone with a disability. I do everything that you do, I just don't use my legs.
You know, lightning does strike twice. When Johnny G created originally the spin bike, we were one of the early users of that. And when Johnny came to us and introduced the KRANKcycle, we immediately saw the benefits of the KRANKcycle.
I came into KRANKcycle because of Debbie Miller. She had started the company, got on it, and just fell in love with it. It was absolutely incredible.
I felt no awkwardness of being the person with the disability in the group. It was just totally inclusive, very comfortable.
As an athlete who deals with physical challenges, I lost my leg below the knee as a child. I find this to be just a really terrific piece of equipment for that.
What's so innovative about the KRANKcycles is that it's really changing the way people work out.
What's been great to see is that our members, when they have a lower limb injury, can come into the spin class and crank alongside the folks who are on the spin bikes.
For me, the crank is essential. I'm an amputee, and it's particularly useful because the cycles don't always work for me.
We can include more people into our classrooms. There's a whole segment of the population that has been being left out of classes.
And I started a nonprofit that has as its mission to find places for these athletes who happen to have a disability of one type or another, and find places for them to work in the health and fitness industry.
We need to educate people that it's possible so they know that it's not a small margin of people that with disabilities that want to get out there and work out and become strong and independent, and that's what fitness does for people with disabilities as it does for everybody.
The most incredible feeling for someone who's disabled is to go in, teach a class, and then after they've taught the class, realize and see the look in someone's eyes that's able-bodied that you just smoked them.
When I go in a class and someone can toast me and I think that I'm proud of my accomplishments, that makes me want to work harder. It makes me respect what they've been able to accomplish. It makes me realize that the human spirit can rise above enormous adversity, and that the human body itself can really rise to a challenge that maybe we don't ask of it on a normal basis.
Aside from working out and training with the KRANKcycle, Project Visibility is actually wanting people not only to work out with other people with inclusive fitness, but they realize that people in wheelchairs or with disabilities, they're leaders as well.
We look forward to working with Project Visibility as they develop instructors. It's just a great metaphor for life and a great example for the leadership that we'd like to portray.
And so when I used to hire instructors and I would think about what would make a good instructor, I would look for somebody who had discipline and who had drive and who was fun and creative and exciting and would inspire the members and know how to make them work hard. But by its nature, what people sort of have to endure on an everyday basis, a lot of times with a disability, already created a lot of those things.
One of the things that I find so inspirational is to see these guys, my friends and brothers in arms, that have been overseas and they've been injured and they think that their life has changed and they're never going to be the same again. They realize that they can be a part of a team again, and that's what Project Visibility can give them. Could you do that for me? Whoa, balance. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Literally a role model.